Hey people, what's happening? It's Sunday and I just feel like getting on here and spending a few minutes, see what rises to the surface and talk about a couple of records that I picked up yesterday. Yeah, I'm a junkie. It is Sunday, the 18th of September. Cheers. As always, I enjoyed reading your comments. And yes, to clarify, yesterday when I left the house to go to the store and then go down to the market, I spied where that music was coming from. It was almost a block and a half away. It wasn't next door. It was these people up around the corner. Utterly ridiculous. You could see the remnants of their whatever it was they were doing. So, and no J-Bone, it wasn't, nice try for the humor, but even if they were playing music I liked, like that, in my neighborhood, without other people's permission, that would still rub me the wrong way. It's just really inconsiderate. So, but it's part of living with the changing face of my neighborhood, and I'll just deal with it as I have to. So, one of the things that will get me to go to the record store, because, I'm trying not to spend too much money, is Homer's Records, one of the oldest record stores in Omaha that's still open. They'll post every few days an update to what's going out into the used bin. And I know that Mark Manor, who is the used records buyer down there, bought a couple of collections that I'm interested in a while back, and he just puts them out over time like he's supposed to. It's everyone gets a shot. He knows that he's got a bunch of records that I want, but that, he can't just tell me to come down and get them. Everyone gets a shot. So in the latest update, there was one that caught my attention. This one, Earthstar. Atomkraft, Nein, Danke. I would think that means no thank you. Earthstar, from America, but got a deal with this German label, Sky, who we know for the releases they've done of Cluster and Eno, Michael Rother, good stuff like that. I have one of their other albums. Apparently they have 4 albums. And I have the other one, French Skyline is the name of it. I like this even better, actually. I like this. This is not, unlike the recent Innovative Communication albums that I added to my collection, I like this. The other albums have aspects electronically that I like, but other things that I don't. This one is just like, oh yeah, this is good. Just period. This is what I like. And I went ahead and grabbed this. It had been there. It's a new album. No one else is picking up on it. And so I said to myself, well, I know this is good. I listened to some online. Plus, I've seen her play live. It was years ago. But guitarist Mary Halvorson, Amaryllis and Belladonna. This is her latest album on the None Such label. Once again, it is helpful when artists are aware of the importance of the visual. And that's a beautiful cover. Very nice. It's a watercolor. Very nice. This is beautiful and brilliant. It's somewhere between modern jazz and contemporary music. Can't even use the word classical. Besides a unit with guitar, bass, and drums and vibraphone, she uses the Mivos Quartet, the Mivos String Quartet on here. And one album is identified as Amaryllis and the other one is Belladonna. And they are two different approaches to the work. And this is really excellent. Really beautiful. And I love how Mary weaves written composition into open-ended improvisation in the way that it slides back into the composition. Love stuff like that. The album had been down in the bins there for probably a month or so. And I had eyed it before, but yesterday it was like nothing else was speaking to me in the shop. So that's what I grabbed. Let me see if I can just have something pop out to me to talk to you about when it comes to records. So I have some favorites. And I was thinking about that. Why don't I try to pull some of my favorites? But I'll just do it like this. German band Kraan, Let It Out. One that used to find real easily in the used section, usually promo copies where the demonstration copies, because it didn't sell worth a darn in America. This is still really good and funky. Good players. The drummer Jan Fried is a friend of mine on Facebook. I have to say, it's probably pretty well known how much I love the Japanese musician Haruomi Hosono. But he truly is one of the top musicians in my opinion. And this Medicine compilation from the Quiet Lodge, which I was finally able to get the reissue on vinyl, this is fantastic. Laraji, the musician, is a guest on here who's also been a guest in my home. This is so beautiful. This is one of my top favorite albums. Top. Haruomi Hosono. I did get to see Yellow Magic Orchestra back in the 2000s at the Hollywood Bowl. It's fantastic. I don't play them much, but I have a lot of regard and love for the music and thinking of Philip Glass. And I've shared before how I met him. I've seen him in concert a couple times. And the first time I saw him in concert, I got to meet him because, and had this album with me, solo music, which he did not have a copy of at the time. He was blown away that I had it. I had him sign it for me. Got to share with him this, he told me the story of how these tapes were put out, without permission. Philip Glass, great musician. I love Gentle Giant. I love Jimi Hendrix. Here's that other Judy Henske. I just bought that album Rosebud. Well, here's the other Judy Henske and Jerry Yester album on Frank Zappa's label Straight. Farewell Aldebaran. This is pretty eclectic and really cool. Really good. Appropriate graphics for the album. It's not psychedelic. It's mental psychedelic. This was next to it. The Heptones, you all know this, the Jamaican band, Heptones. Party Time. I have to look this up. This is an actual Jamaican pressing of the album. It's not an American. And I love reggae. I do. I get in the moods, and I've played in a reggae band for a couple years, but Heptones, Abecedarians, Mighty Diamonds, Black Uhuru. I could go on. We don't even need to mention the Marleys, some records there for you. Let me just take another quick look down here. So they're on tour. They're out on tour right now. I guess it's the 50th anniversary or something like that. So friends of mine are showing pictures online where they're seeing Roxy music, and that's great because I love Roxy music. I saw them back years ago when on the Manifesto tour. They were awesome. I love their albums, and I turned myself onto them when they first came out. When I saw this cover, I would imagine there's other folks like me watching this who, when you first saw this cover in 1972 or 73, is like, what is that? What is that? I've got a couple of copies of the album. And it was a head scratcher at first. I wasn't sure if I liked it. You know, it took a while. By the time For Your Pleasure came out, I was hooked. I love this album. I have real strong memories of playing this for my best friend at the time in high school, Mark. He was the first person to let me play an electric bass besides my brother. And we loved music, but he hated Roxy music. He was more Cream, Jimi Hendrix, Bob Dylan sort of thing. But when this came out, I was like, ooh, Do the Strand, and then the whole album is fantastic. Love them. Siren, yeah. The cover that causes problems for people when they post it online, ridiculous. Country Life, one of the women is Michael Caroli from Can's sister. Then next to those is the band Roxy from America, which included Bob Segarini. He's done other things. I'd have to look him up. Bob Segarini. He's done some other things besides this. Haven't played this in such a long time. I'm going to leave this one out and give it a listen. I don't think it's psychedelic properly. I think it's just rock. There's some music for you, people. I missed a call with my family yesterday because I got a call from some friends who wanted to, hey, you want to jam? You know, we got have the practice place open today, and it's just like, well, of all timing, you know, that we were going to do that group call in the afternoon. Usually it's in the morning. And then I said, well, no, yeah, heck, let me get out the house and go do this. So, missed the call, but love you all. And you all take care. And, of course, let me know how you're doing.